Hello guys, it's your boy Elzenitho. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this video from and when you're watching this video. It's been a while, and so I've been having a lot of personal development, work at the office and stuff like that. So that's why I've not really been available. But let's see how it goes. I'm going to try my best to always push out video content, like probably 2 to 3 times per week, and then we'll move from there. Anyways, a friend or someone checked out my YouTube, and he saw that I did a video on the Glass Morphism, right? So he said, "Hi Elzenitho, are you available to do a tutorial video? I would set the price." So I just figured, since it's a video tutorial, there's no need for him to pay me for that. It's something I'm like really interested in doing. Anyways, this is what we are going to create, something similar to this. So the effect is this: you want the main image to have this glass effect, while you have like a circular cut, and that circular cut, we are going to make it move around, right? And it's a very simple tutorial. So first thing first, we want to open Photoshop, and what we want to then do is we are going to bring in any image. So it can work for any image at all. So for this one, I'm going to work with an image of myself that I created using Midjourney. This image, a very powerful image. So I'm just going to cut it like this, just so that we can have a banner like dimension. Something like this. So this is the image. As you can see, the face is almost like my face, but cartoonish. So we are going to create this effect where we have the original image being blurred with this glass effect. Then the second image, there's a cut, right? So let's go. The first thing you want to do is bring in your image. So whichever image you want to work with, bring it in. Now the next thing you want to then do is you're going to convert it to smart object. So you right click, convert to smart object. Then we have the image as smart object. Then you duplicate it, Ctrl J to duplicate. So we have 2 copies of this. Now then you want to bring in your circle. So go to your toolbar here, select circle and hold down shift and drag your circle, and you will be able to drag out a circle, a perfect circle. If you do not hold down shift, you would have like an ellipse or a geode, right? So this is a perfect circle. So I'm going to place it just at the face. Now I'm going to bring the ellipse just behind the first layer. So let's call this 1 and let's call this 2, so that we will not be confused. So layer 2, then the circle, then layer 1. Now what we want to then do is we want to apply on layer 1, we want to apply the blurry effect. As you can see, the blurry and the glass effect is on layer 1, right? So to do that, just go to your filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and we can see this blur, but we don't want it to be too we don't want the image to be too blurry, right? So we can then something like this is fine. Something like this is fine. So you can work with 7.4 as you see here, and then you press OK. Now after doing that, the next thing you want to then do is, it is just blur at the moment. So what you want to do is add a bit of glass to it. And this was not in my previous video, but now for those that are watching it now, you can just get the tip. So you go to filter and select filter gallery. When you select filter gallery, you're going to see artistic, brush, stroke, distort. Under distort, you'll see what we call glass. Now if I zoom out, you can already see the glass effect, right? You can see the glass effect. So you can play with it whichever way you want. You can make it very glass looking, or you can make it like very smooth. It depends on what you want to do, right? So you can even change the texture to blocked form of glass, or canvas form of glass, or frosted or tiny lens, right? But I'm interested in using frosted because frosted is like it just looks very cool. So I'm going to just smoothen it out a little bit. So we have If we zoom in now, we're going to see that we already have, a glassy vibe going on there. And then you press OK. Now we have our background. The reason why I have it as smart object is so that I can easily go there to put in another image, then it will work, right? So it's just like creating a template for your glass morphism. Then we have our circle and our original image. Now select your original image, right click and drop it into, you are just right click and choose create clipping marks, and we are done already. So you can see that we added the marks, like we added this image into this circle, into this ellipse. So what we want to then do is, you can convert the ellipse to a smart object if you want. I mean, it doesn't change anything, right? But this is the image, this is the ellipse. Now right click on the ellipse, go to blending option, then you can then add drop shadow if you want. But as it is, we will not add drop shadow because the lens is inward, so it's looking inward, not outward. So this time we are going to add inner shadow. So inner shadow, like you can see here, and we're going to probably add a bit of distance to it, so it looks like it's actually, something like this. All right, so I'm just going to leave it as this and press OK, and we are done. So now we have created a glass morphism, but inverted glass morphism. And if you select the ellipse, you can then move it around, and you can see, move it around whichever way you place it. So this can be used in your UI design or just your normal animation and stuff like that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop it here, right? Then I'm going to save my work. Excuse me. I'm going to save my work as glass morphism inverted. Then I'm going to save it into my drive. Where are you? I'm going to save it into my drive. Here is the file. Yeah, glass morphism inverted. Yeah, so now that I've saved it into my drive, the next thing I want to do is a very, very simple animation. And to do that, you can just go to your window, open timeline, and just press create video timeline, right? So what we want to then do is, this animation is just to move that lens around. So to do that, all we are animating is the ellipse tool. So just open up the ellipse tool, you will see transform, opacity, and style. What we are interested in is transform. So create a keyframe. So just to create a keyframe, what we want to do is just click on transform. Now this whole process I've done several tutorials on it in my previous videos, so you can always check it out. But I mean, you can still follow along. So when you click on transform to create a keyframe, then you can move it to a particular position. When you move it to a particular position, then you can take your ellipse and just move it like this, move it to another position. Then you can move it like this, move it to another position. You can move it like this, then move it to the end. Then we can go back to this, and we just created an animation. So you can see, if I play, you can see our animation is working, right? So having done that, save your work, and the next thing you want to then do is export. You want to export as render video. So you're going to render the video, and when you click on render video, you'll just wait for it to give you some options, and yeah, it's going to initialize. But you get, I mean, this was the initial plan, but I've added a few steps. So all these are just text that you can then add to it, right, to make it look more, UI related and stuff like that. Well, yeah, so now that we have this menu here, you can see this is it. Then you can select the folder where you want it to be saved into. At the moment it is on my desktop, so I want it like that. Keep it as H264. You can leave it as high quality. Then you render. Oh, it's too large. Okay, so what we want to then do is, since it's too large, we are going to reduce it. To reduce it, you can just 2/2/2. I learned that in my After Effects training. So let's render now. Now I'm going to come back to this. Now our video has finished rendering. It took just less than 1 minute. Then let's open it. I can see, yeah, very simple, straightforward animation on Photoshop. And yeah, that's basically how to create Glass Morphism. If you like this video, if it resonates with you, give me a like, share, and comment. And also, if you have any, just like our friend here, what's his name, Clifford, just like he sent me an email talking about me helping him to create the tutorial, you can also share like concept, or you have a design you want me to create or to explain. I'm always available to do that. Yeah, so seeing you guys next time.